thing you need to do is to be safe. Do you need to immediately move your car? What do you need to do to make sure that other people don't hit your vehicle? Um, One of the things that I do remember is that there was in Georgia, when I was living in Georgia, a person got into a rear end accident. This was on the 285 highway. It was just instinct. They just got out of the car and they got hit. So you really have to be careful out there. So basically what you're going to try to do is you're going to need to document, document. What happened? Who was involved? Who are the participants? What does the roadway look like? Where were you? Where were the other person? What did they do? What did they not do? What did you do? What did you not do? All those kind of good things. One of the best apps that I have for this is for your phone. It's an app. It's called Dashcam. Basically, all you have to do is that once you want to start recording audio and video, you just press a button. There are some paid versions where it doesn't show on your phone, so nobody knows. This is a very good app to have. You want to get out of your vehicle if it's safe. You want to start taking pictures of your damage as well as the other person's damage, the location of the vehicles, their license plate number. You need to remember that this is the only time that you may be able, or your insurance company may be able to track down the other person and talk to them. So you've really got to get in there and get what you need and get out. Again, your safety is important. You will need to, do what you need to do to be safe. If the other person's being aggressive, if they, people are armed out there now. So you need to really determine, sometimes people just sit in their car, they're in a safe position, they just sit in their car and call the police. And they never talk to the other person, they keep their windows rolled up, and that's perfectly fine. I've noticed during the pandemic that police are less likely to go out. They're overworked, they're stressed out. Every time they have a contact with somebody, it could be dangerous. If there's no injuries involved, if it's a minor accident, if they may not come out. Now, if it's a multiple vehicle accident, there are injuries involved, they're more likely to come out. So you would need to call the police and see what they want you to do. Let's say that they say that we're not going to go out, it's a minor accident, get your insurance information, go out and go home. That's fine. The police reports aren't the be all and all. Especially sometimes they're inaccurate, sometimes they're written up wrong, sometimes the police officer says that somebody's at fault, when according to negligence jurisdiction laws, they are not. So having a police report or having a police report place you at fault is not, necessarily important. Even if you get a ticket, let's say you're placed at fault on a police report and you get a ticket, it depends on what the ticket's for. It depends on all kinds of things. So go ahead, make your call to the police, see what they want you to do. Talk to the other person, try to get their information, take pictures, lots of photos of their vehicle, take pictures of them, a video of them walking around, try to get photos of participants. People, it's amazing. I'll talk to somebody and they'll say, oh, well, there was only one person in the other vehicle. And all of a sudden I've got 5 people that have been attorney rep for injuries for that accident. And nobody, I don't have anything to defend myself with because there were no pictures taken, no police report, nothing. So it's very important to do that. Also, you want to, determine if you're injured or if your participants are injured. If you're injured and you feel like you need an ambulance, then call one. But just be aware that just because you make an injury claim and tell somebody else to pay your medical bills or think they should, it might not happen. There are a lot of issues that go into injury claims. Basically, the rule of thumb is that if you're not the same as when you were, before the accident, then you're injured. If you have a headache, if you have ache or pain. I know I was in an accident 20 years ago, and I didn't feel anything. I was high on adrenaline. I'd been in a car accident. It wasn't my fault. I thought I was fine. A couple days later, I was having severe pain in my back. I didn't know anything about making an injury claim. I didn't know I could. I didn't know about the statute of limitations. So if you are anything other than the way that you were before the accident, then you are injured. Just be aware that a claims adjuster will take a look at your claim. They will determine a fault, whether you are liable or not. If so, what percentage? And then, take a look at, your medical bills. They want them to be incurred, reasonable, and directly related to the accident, especially if you have any illnesses or you have any preconditions. They want to know about that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they won't pay for them, but they'll take it into consideration. One big term that we use with injury claims is eggshells. Are you an eggshell? Are you an older person? Have you had a lot of conditions? Do you have, are you prone to getting hurt more and for longer? So those are things that we look for an injury claim. So, but if you feel like you need an ambulance, your health is important, and you'll just have to figure out how to pay for the bill. I was involved in a claim where a person had gotten all these medical bills, rung up to the tune of $20,000-$30,000, but we had, I was taking a look at the claim, and there was very good evidence that we weren't at fault for the claim. So, they're stuck with those bills. The attorney's not going to pay for you those bills. They'll tell you to get treated, but they're not going to necessarily, if you're not at fault if you're at fault for the claim, they're not going to, give you money. So there's lots of things to consider. Check for your passengers. Are they okay? Document, it's always good to go over what, happened in the accident. Document. If it's not documented, then it didn't happen. So there's lots of things to consider. In the next shows, we'll go into, are you a permissible driver? Does the policy cover you? Does the other person have insurance? Will cover you coverage, which is uninsured motorist coverage, along with underinsured. All kinds of issues, miss and runs, all kinds of fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. But just be safe. Really the best advice for an accident is try to avoid it. If you can't, then you need to do what you need to do, but you need to document. Be safe out there, and I'll catch you on the other show. Just remember that this video is for discussion and entertainment only. I am not giving you any legal advice. I am giving you my insights as to being a claims adjuster for 15 plus years, mainly in the call center. So I've heard a lot of stuff. So until next time, be safe. Bye.